Okay, I would like to call the November 18th meeting of the North Smithfield School Committee to order at 6:34 p.m. Roll call, please.
Chair Barnamoli,
Here.
Mrs. Mayo,
Here.
Mr. Connell,
Here.
Mr. De La Cruz,
Here.
Mr. Simpkins.
Here.
We have a quorum. Can we please stand for the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, before we move on to public comment, we have an announcement by Lindsay Perry, Kim LaFave, and Jeff Smith.
Good evening, and thank you for giving me a moment to tell you about an extraordinary accomplishment, not just for North Smithfield Middle School, but for the entire community. So my name is Jeff Smith. I am the Senior Director for Unified Champion Schools for Special Olympics Rhode Island. And my job, I have the privilege of working with 133 schools, K-12, statewide, to help them build and sustain a culture of true inclusion, where every kid in the school, whether you have a disability or not, has opportunities for exceptional and meaningful experiences. A culture where words like inclusion, acceptance, respect, kindness, love are not just themes for a pep rally or a school assembly, but are actually woven into the fabric of the entire school process. So our program is based on three components: unified sports, whole school engagement, and inclusive youth leadership. And Special Olympics North America, which is our governing body, has created 10 rigorous standards where schools must collect and demonstrate significant evidence that all three of those components are woven into the school fabric throughout the school year. In April, schools have the option of applying to become a national banner school. So that process lasts from April through June, where they have a chance to go through the rigorous application process, submit their evidence and documentation, and then their application is reviewed by both my office and then sent on to a panel of national evaluators. If that application process is successful, then schools have the distinctive honor of being a National Unified Champion banner school. And tonight it is my privilege to tell you that North Smithfield Middle School has been selected as one of those national banner schools. So we have been planning for the last few months a national banner celebration, which will kick off at the middle school on Friday, February 6th. You all will be getting a formal invitation from my office. If at all possible, I highly encourage you to attend because this really is a substantial accomplishment, not just for the school, but the whole community. They've really embraced inclusion, equality, opportunity, and it's been great to work with them. So thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. All right, I'm the nervous Nellie, so I'm going to read from my notes. So hello, my name is Kim LaFave, and I've been an IA at North Smithfield Middle School for over the past 20 years. I started coaching unified basketball 12 years ago, and deep down, I always hoped that one day we would become a national unified champion school. And I stand here tonight proudly to say that we have achieved that mission. Ooh. Lindsay and I have been coaching unified basketball together for the past 11 years. And this year, our program expanded to include unified cross country. I am honored that our AD, Rob, asked me to be the coach. But I could not have done either sport without the incredible support of my assistant coaches, Lindsay Perry, Sarah Dion, and Jen Hawes. I thank them from the bottom of my heart because without them, I would not be able to do any of this. So I'm honored to have them alongside of me. That being said, I have never seen myself as the head coach. Whether on the court or on the course, we are all equals. Each of us brings our own strengths and weaknesses, and together we balance one another out. That's what makes the program so special. Unity and collaboration. Tonight, I'm honored to have a couple of friends here to share their thoughts about unified sports and what it means to them. First, I would like to introduce an athlete I've had for 3 years in unified basketball, and he was the fastest runner for the most part at all of our cross-country meets. Austin, would you like to say a few words tonight?
My name is Austin, and I played unified basketball and cross country. My coaches helped teach me sportsmanship, positive attitude, and confidence. I have made a ton of friends, and everyone can play. We are unified, and that makes me feel proud and confident. Everyone should have a unified team so more kids can find the right sport for them. My teams are one of my favorite activities. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to introduce Sammy Cartwright. She has actually been with me for the past 4 years because we do not allow fifth graders to play unified sports. It's sixth grade and higher. So Sammy came on board and was my scorekeeper and stayed with me for basketball for 3 years. Plus, this first year of implementing cross country, she's joined that as well. So here's Sammy.
Hello, my name is Samantha Carr, and this is my friend Austin Lamro. We are eighth graders and athletes for the unified sports teams at the middle school. It is a privilege for our school to earn the title of a National Unified Champion School. I've been an athlete on the few unified teams at this school, and it's really impacted my life. I feel like I get to be a part of something impactful towards my school. I've learned a lot from being on this team and from my teammates. Being with this team makes me feel like the kind of person I can be proud of. I've always struggled to fit in with my classmates and felt like an outcast because of my quirkiness. But being on a team with people that all have their own quirks and deal with similar feelings and struggles as me with day-to-day life helps me feel like I belong. I feel supported, empowered, and loved by this amazing team of athletes. I've grown a lot on this team in the middle school. My grades have improved because I am very happy and confident. I was first invited to this team in fifth grade to be a scorekeeper. I remember thinking I was chosen to be a scorekeeper simply because I was a good student. This was a learning opportunity for me because I didn't realize I had a learning disability despite having just a little bit of ADHD. Even though I learned differently, it never occurred to me it was considered a disability because I always felt highly capable if I just did things my own way. This was a reminder not to judge a book by its cover, and you never know what people might be going through. Getting to know my teammates and all of our differences has helped me learn more about myself and gain compassion. Every practice and every game, I go home with a smile on my face, even if we didn't win, because the most important part of being on this team is to have fun and work together. My teammates never give up, even when it's hard, and even if we don't get the outcome we want. Every game is an accomplishment, whether we win or lose. I love watching my teammates grow as individuals and achieve what they might have thought was impossible. I hope when I go to the high school, this team will continue to put in their all no matter what, and will continue to be an amazing group of kids full of positivity. I also want to thank my coaches, Miss LaFave, Miss Perry, Miss Hawes, and Miss Dion, for all they have done for the unified teams because their constant support, positivity, and encouragement pushes us to try our best every day. For example, me speaking in front of you today pushes me out of my comfort zone because public speaking is hard for me. Personally, I would have never been where I am now if I hadn't been invited to join the team in the middle school. I look forward to continuing to push myself with the unified teams in the high school. Thank you for this opportunity to share my experience. Have a nice night.
Boy.
Oh, dear. Thank you for that. Um, moving on to item
if-
4.
I'm sorry, if I may
Go
just say, this is such an honor, and I think we have to thank the athletes and their teammates because they have brought this honor to us. And I just want them to know that they're our heroes, and we are very proud of them. Absolutely. Thank you.
I just want to echo my colleagues' thoughts and just only one criticism, and this will go to the school. Sometimes I actually was looking this fall for when are the cross-country meets, and it's really hard to find on the website when they are. So you need to let us know when the meets are. because I did a couple of times and couldn't find them.
Is it posted in the weekly newsletter?
The AD posted in, with all of the games that are,
Okay.
but easily add that, letter.
Maybe if you add that, then we'll all be a little bit more aware. But I think you all did a great job. You should be so proud of yourselves.
Yes.
And I shared with our last speaker that she had mentioned that she had ADHD. And I let her know, as a superintendent, I've had ADHD all my life. And all it does is it makes you more interesting and creative, and you think out of the box. So it's an incredible life skill to have.
Anybody else?
Yeah, you said that you were nervous to speak publicly, and I got to say you really did an excellent job. So really good job. I just want to thank everybody for the work that you do and the love that you put into this program, and it's why that we have this recognition. So thank you. It's apparent the impact that you're having. It's deeply appreciated.
I think today was a celebration of the school, but all the work that all of you have done, the students, the coaches. It's a reminder that there's a lot of learning that happens here, but a lot of that learning goes more than just some of the content that might be in the curriculum that we're looking at. And it's character formation and giving students confidence. And I think what you've demonstrated tonight in this past year is really a celebration of all of that. So I commend you all and congratulations.
Good job. Thank you again. All right, moving on to item 4, we have a presentation from Beth Albino of the NSAA.
Shorter than the previous people. All right, guys, my name is Beth Albino, president of the NSAA. I know that I've met with you guys a couple months ago. We're kind of was going over some of the struggles we were having in the NSAA, and I briefly, was telling you, I handed you guys the PowerPoint. But for the rest of the people in town who may not know what we are, so we are the athletic, basically booster club for the school sports, so middle school and high school sports. And so generally what we focus on are things that maybe might benefit the athletes that maybe not be in the budget of the school. Generally items like that would enhance their competitiveness, in their ability to play within the community. We don't really focus on more personalized items. Those are kind of like secondary type things, but mostly on their ability to be more competitive. Next slide, please. Well, there's a lot on there. I don't think we need to go through that whole thing, but basically, in order to be part of the NSAA, each team is required to have participation. And so this past year, we recognized that teams were having a lot of difficulty meeting that goal just through, everybody's busy, parents have children, people are in the sports, it's really hard to get there. So we reduced it from 7 meetings to 5 meetings. Another part of that is that they need to participate in any fundraising activities. For example, last year we had a comedy event at Village Haven, and each team was required to give a gift basket that was raffled off. And so most of the teams did do that. So that generally each coach should have a team representative. We actually recommend 2. That way, if somebody can't go, they have a commitment, there's a backup. Coaches are also welcome to go. I'd also like to see maybe some of the kids go. Like maybe you send a captain if it's your off season and you don't have practice or game. But it would be nice to see the kids get a little bit more involved. After all, this is for them. The meetings are about 1 hour a month. They generally are on the last Monday of the month. The next meeting is Monday in the high school library. But I have to warn you, since the last meeting that we've had, the room is pretty packed.
Oh, good.
So that's great. Okay.
Good.
Thank you.
Are you at the point where you need the auditorium?
I don't think we're there yet.
All
Well,
right,
because-
eventually though.
Because we do have
All
the online component of that, which is helpful. We had to buy a speaker so that way people could hear. But I don't think we're far off. It's the biggest meetings that we've had since I've been on the board. So that's great. I'm really happy to see that. I think the two principals of the middle school and the high school for helping to coordinate with some of that and putting some information out there to the communities. We've had quite a bit more middle school presence, which is great because us old folks need to get out and let the younger folks come in eventually. So I'm really happy to see that. Another thing, well, I'll continue on the wants because that's the next slide. So coaches should request the wants ideally 30 to 60 days in advance. And that just gives us enough time. The wants process goes to the AD. The AD will either approve or deny the wants based on, like he might know that we already have that same thing for a different team, or maybe facilities needs to, look at where there's like a building that was requested. Like, is there room for that? Where does it go? And that stuff needs to be approved and available to be stored by the school. So if those things are okay and it's approved by the AD in the school, then it will come to us. And then we will vote on it. And I'm happy to report we've definitely heard the cry of many teams since we started talking about this. We have purchased the Guardian caps, which I told you. We purchased 30 sideline chairs for the auditorium, for the high school auditorium with the NS and NSAA logos on them to make us look a little bit more professional. And those are on order. They should be coming in any day, I think. Expect them. It's probably going to be a big thing that you're going to get. We ordered golf bags for all of the golf team. We ordered a bunch of stuff for middle school softball. I was really glad to see that. Our middle school softball coach actually stepped up to be the secretary. So that's also really good progress. So I'm very happy to hear that. Let's see what else. There's so many things, but baseball got a bunch of stuff, dance choreography for cheerleading's being paid for. Lots of stuff that we've gotten. We've spent quite a bit of money. Actually, we've gotten so many requests that we've kind of had to like really try to prioritize, to make sure that all the teams throughout the seasons, actually, there's enough money to do that. We do have a big cheer competition coming up in the spring, so we're hoping that will bring in a lot of money, and we're working on a couple other things, perhaps another comedy event at the Village Haven. There is a student that I might be working with on a different event. And then there's a couple other things that we're working on that I don't have enough information yet to go over. Thank you. We did get a vendor for our signs, for our sponsorship signs, and I think we've got a few people who are interested in doing that. So we do have sponsorships available, which would be posted either like maybe on the softball field or in the stadium up there. And it is $1,500 for it's $1,500 a year for 3-year commitment with a 4,200. We also are in the process of doing a smaller sign that is more affordable for maybe smaller businesses and organizations that may not be able to have that type of a commitment. So that's probably going to be voted on officially at our next board meeting, which is Monday. Okay. We do have Facebook and Instagram, which Alicia Heon is heading for us now. So coaches can certainly send anything that they want to celebrate about their teams over to them, and we will help celebrate that. We assist with organizing the athletic awards and setting up for those types of things and decorating for those things, which is tomorrow for the fall sports. So we do those things. So we always need people to kind of help with that stuff. It's very time consuming to do that. So we didn't have too many people out there helping tomorrow night. So if anybody is free and wants to help set up for that, that would be great. We are still doing the gate donations, and the Family Plus is $75, single pass is $40, general admission is $5, and seniors are $3. We would never stop anybody from seeing their children. So you can take that for what it's worth. Next slide, please. We also increased our contribution to senior gifts this year to $40. There is also, it's not on here, but we also do give $100 to middle school end of year celebration. We give $60 towards a contribution to if anybody wins a state championship, we'll give up to $60 for that. And if they want to put it towards rings, that is completely up to them. But just to be very clear, we do not give rings. That was one time a little bit of a snafu there. People thought we were buying rings. We don't buy rings. We do provide hats and t-shirts for the middle school. I think we've got a couple that need to go out. And then last year, we also increased our scholarship from $100 per athlete to $500 per athlete. And those will vote along in spring. Yep. Next one. This is a list of all of our meetings that will be coming up. And those are the people who are on the board. I guess I did give you the most update one. Yep, good. And then all the teams right now are in good standing, so that's great. There's a couple of teams that if they don't show up Monday, they may not be in good standing. So Rob is aware of them, so I think he's going to reach out to those coaches. And also as far as tracking, Rob and I have been meeting. I just met with him because he's not available Monday. So we've been meeting, going over everything to make sure that we are communicating and working better, getting those needs, wants addressed in a timely manner. He created this really wonderful spreadsheet with Mr. St. Jean, I think he shared with you. It very easily delineates everything and where it's standing. And so we just reviewed that, and it's been really helpful for me too, because especially with not having a secretary, it was nice to have somebody.
And I will be
that.
periodically sharing that out with the community to show all the work that the NSAA is
Yeah.
doing and our gratitude.
Yeah. So any questions?
Just one, where's the dinner tomorrow night? You said you needed help with the dinner. Where is that?
So it's the athletic awards. It's at the high school auditorium for the middle school and high school fall athletes.
Madam Chair, can I have one other question?
Sure.
Just wondering, again, this might be not what you're talking about tonight, but have you had any conversations about the kind of in relation to what we talked about, the trust at the last meeting and that insurance, there's some of those insurance issues, or is that?
So we have the insurance that's needed for
I didn't mean
the
for that
school.
event. I just meant generally.
In general,
Yeah.
we were able to secure everything, and everything's been sent over to the school. And I was just talking to Mr. St. Jean that we're good with it.
I was talking about I was thinking about just going forward because I'm thinking how we can do things better.
Yeah.
You need to wait till my report.
Fair enough. I was probably an unfair question.
All right.
Sorry. Thanks.
What time is the awards tomorrow night?
5:00.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And they do 3 awards a year. So they do fall, spring, and winter. So there'll be 2 more after this.
The awards are at 5, so if you needed some help setting up, what time are you looking for people?
3 o'clock. They're
3 o'clock?
3 o'clock. Well, because they're at 5. Normally they were
Right.
at 6. So I think there must have been some reason why we had to move it up. But people are starting at 3 o'clock. So
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
No.
All right. Well, thank you all for listening to me a couple months ago. I know I blindsided you, but it's been very helpful to work with all of you, and I can see that there's been a lot of positive things that have happened since then. So I hope that we can continue to work in that same relationship and continue to grow to support our athletes. Okay.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to. I'll just let them. Okay, moving on to public comment. And community comments, we have one person signed up, Christy Creighton.
Good evening, everybody.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Christy Creighton. I reside at 490 Woonsocket Hill Road here in town. And I want to begin by sharing again that I am the youngest of 4 children born and raised in North Smithfield. This is an important fact because growing up, my parents never felt the need to attend school committee meetings because they trusted our elected officials and the staff they hired to act in the best interest of their children. Today, I stand here for the second time in just 145 days, and I can honestly say my parents would be heartbroken to know that I am here again to address serious concerns about the performance of our athletic director. Before the school year began, Mr. McNulty invited student athletes and their parents to a meeting where he presented a slideshow outlining expectations. In that presentation, he emphasized the value of multi-sport participation, stating, "Enhance and increase participation. Want to be a Northman and support the Northmen. High numbers of multi-sport student athletes." The North Smithfield Athletic Handbook also echoes this sentiment under dual participation, which begins on page 15, noting that RIIL rules allow students to participate in more than one sport per season, and that this choice belongs solely, to the student and their parent or guardian. Yet, despite these clear statements, Mr. McNulty has recently told numerous students, both at the middle and high school levels, that they cannot participate in multiple sports. This is not only contradictory, but deeply concerning. Are we just now making rules up as we go along? Shouldn't we encourage students to stay engaged in positive extracurricular activities rather than risk them during less constructive alternatives? I urge this committee to hold him accountable and demand an explanation on his flip-flopping ways. My second point relates to an incident at Friday night's football game. After what was a very emotional loss for our Northmen after an amazing season, at the field level, our team was in one area and the opposing team was in another area of the field. A female spectator from the opposing team was on our field being disrespectful. Our coaches handled themselves extremely well, just telling our athletes to get off the field and head to the locker room. In such moments, the athletic director should be on the field, ensuring safety and order. Side note, if curious, more information on the responsibilities of the AD during such contests can be found on the RIIL Rules and Regulations document beginning on page 78. Moving on, during that moment Friday night, I found myself wondering, where is our athletic director? Mr. McNulty was at the very top of our stands doing what looked like disassembling a camera. When I approached him to alert him of the issue, very respectfully, I might add, saying, "Mr. McNulty, excuse me," I received no response, no acknowledgement whatsoever. Was he listening to me? Yes, I think so, but he did not respond to me. Pretty much a dazed and confused look upon his face. He did go to the field, but the lack of communication was alarming. A simple response such as, "Thank you for letting me know. I'll head out there now," would have sufficed. Communication is a critical skill for an athletic director, not only with students, but also with parents. It is literally a job requirement, is it not? To be ignored while raising a legitimate concern was disheartening, and I can only imagine how our children feel when they try to reach out to him. This is not about one incident or one policy. It is about leadership, accountability, and the trust we place in those responsible for our children's well-being. I know that I am not the only parent in this community feeling this way. So if you're listening and you're a parent of a North Smithfield student right now, and you're thinking, you know what, this just isn't right, you aren't alone. Speak up, reach out, let's fix this. Finally, I'm asking this committee to take immediate action, review these decisions, demand transparency, and ensure that the role of our athletic director reflects the values and priorities of our community. Our students deserve better, and it is up to us to make that happen. When is enough going to be enough? Thank you.
Is there anyone else who would like to speak who may not have signed up? Okay, moving on to the consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda as listed, or is there anything anyone would like to pull?
I'm all set.
Okay, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second,
Second.
roll call, please. Yes.
Mrs. Mayo,
Yes.
Mr. Connell,
Yes.
Mr. De La Cruz,
Yes.
Mr. Simpkins.
Yes.
The motion passes. Moving on to the superintendent's report.
I have a couple of some information to share about. Bill started mentioning this about insurances in the field, and we have spent a lot of time working on this, but we're not ready to give you the full presentation proposal. But what I can tell you, and actually this is one of the emails I sent to you, one of the things that we have purchased is a online scheduling calendaring system, which will show every activity in at all parts of our facility, whether it's practice or games or rentals or events or meetings that are booked. So everyone can see exactly what is going on at every given time. Now, the other piece that this will do is allow people to search for open facilities and actually do online requests to book it. All right. And there's a review process. And obviously, there are many factors that go into the rentals or the bookings. And this will all be handled electronically, automatically, with a very clear workflow. It can also handle purchasing and invoicing. It's going to make the whole system a lot easier. And at a glance, you will see how busy our fields, our buildings are at all times during the day, after school, evenings, and weekends. But again, it's going to give everybody a better sense of what's available if their organization has a need for one of our facilities and would like to request it. Now, the other piece with this is to make it easier for the town to have access to our facilities. We've been looking at, we had 4 different groups, and each group had a level of access and a price point for a cafeteria, for a gymnasium, for the a baseball field. We've started collapsing the groups so that when I came on board, schools had access, but the town had to pay. I got rid of the payment for the town. The town wanted to use the cafeteria for a meeting. 10 years ago, there was a charge. I got rid of that. All right. So school and town became one unit, no charge, complete access. What we've looked at is also extending that level to parent and volunteer organizations that support our schools. So for meetings and things like that, we want to make it accessible. There's no charge. There's no $10 deposit to make a request. We're clearing that out. All right. We want to make it PTO or means or NSAA or, any of our booster or organizations, volunteer organizations that directly support our students. We want to open things up for them and make it more accessible. Now, there is a question about insurance, all right, which we've also looked at. And yes, there are organizations in town, whether they're volunteer or not, that should have insurance policy. All right, so that's separate from access because it's still covering themselves, their organization, them personally. And I was having a conversation with Mrs. Albino, And things are very litigious out there right now. And there's a reason not only to protect ourselves and also North Smithfield, but the individual organizations really need to have that coverage. And we can help them connect to organizations, clearinghouses, or even combining to purchase insurance jointly, just to bring that down and protect themselves, the school, and the town. But meanwhile, there are some things that, depending on the level of risk, we can extend our coverage to include. For example, senior projects. All right. We heard the message that the trust will not cover senior projects. But then we heard another message saying, well, if it's school sponsored. And so one of the things that we can do is sponsor some of the senior projects and remove that impediment. However, we do have talked about holding off on the high risk senior projects, the fundraisers that are athletic, that have multiple districts involved, that involved hurling people across the air or slamming into one another. All right. That's not something that we would want to extend coverage for, as a sponsorship. So, and we've had the talk with the high school, and they are keenly aware of that. And so they're beginning to guide students who want to do their senior projects into more low risk type of activities. And that's working out nicely. The other groups that we were looking at, again, to streamline any of the cost, and I'm not talking the insurance part, but field or facility rentals. This is that group 2 or group 3. We want to make things more accessible to the truly North Smithfield organizations, not the ones that necessarily have the word North Smithfield in their name, but only 40% of North Smithfield kids. But we're going to talk to you about that threshold. And if they have, right now it's 60%, we may want to talk about that, whether it remains at 60% North Smithfield residents or increases a bit. But the truly North Smithfield organizations, rec leagues, things like, groups like that, we want to lower the cost barriers to using our facilities, to give back to the town. All right. Now, anybody else outside of that, they got the full charge. So anyway, we're working on a revision to our procedures and policies. We're working on a revision to the cost structure, which again, what we've been charging for the use of the fields, I think has been the same for at least 13, 14 years. We're not looking to make a fortune or become rich, but we want to be able to reinvest back into the facilities, wear and tear. Eventually, we're going to have to upgrade, maintain, replace. But we also want to truly recognize the North Smithfield community and North Smithfield specific organizations. And, open up the access, make it easier. But that's just a preview. I'm not giving you any details yet because we're still working it out. All right. So I don't know if anybody has any questions on that piece.
Just a comment, I'm back to make that. No, I just want to commend the superintendent for just working on it. After we heard from the trust before, certainly it seemed like we had limited options, but commend you for looking in to see, dive a little deep, and the administrative team, and diving into it and seeing what we can do. And what I find often is, if you're looking in the right, if you're everybody's working in the right direction, you may not know exactly what the solution is, but you can probably get to something better than where you're starting from. And so it just sounds like we're making a little more headway than what we thought our position was after listening to the trust. And I'm not criticizing the trust. I'm just saying I think that it sounds like we're looking for those type of exceptions or compromises or ways to, expand what we want to expand to help to float a lot of boats. Let's leave it like that.
Right.
And thank you for doing that.
Okay, thanks. Okay, I have one more item. And I'm going to go up there.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Okay.
There we go. Going to do this officially. As you at this table know, but now this is the public announcement, I'm actually going to read something. All right. So it is with a mixture of profound gratitude and anticipation for a new chapter that I announce my intention to retire my role as superintendent of North Smithfield Public Schools. My anticipated final date of service to the district will be August 3rd, 2026. Serving the students, families, faculty, and staff of North Smithfield for the past 10 years has been my greatest professional honor of my career. Since joining the district, we have achieved so much together. Don't look so concerned. Driven by the collective commitment to academic excellence, Claire, fiscal responsibility, Alicia, and fostering supportive environments where every student can thrive, I am immensely proud of the progress we have made in curriculum development, technology integration, Adam is back there, and renovating and improving our buildings and grounds. Over the past decade, I have worked with our community and our team to repair and modernize our buildings and renovate and equip our classrooms in order to provide an ideal learning environment. We have repaired, upgraded, expanded our athletic facilities, and made numerous improvements to our grounds. We have expanded our student academic and social supports, and after school, we offer more athletic and extracurricular opportunities than ever in North Smithfield's history. Thanks to our amazing staff and their attention and care, our students are safe, they play, they perform, they build, they create, and consistently achieve at the highest levels as evidenced in so many North Smithfield student awards, championships, recognitions, and top rankings across the state. I hope that people recognize that during the past 10 years, we have created a school system that reflects the values and aspirations of this wonderful community. This decision was made thoughtfully and ensures a long lead time to allow the school committee, all of you, to conduct a thorough search for the next leader of North Smithfield Schools. I'm committed to working closely with the committee, the new superintendent, during this transition period and ensure continuity and a seamless handoff of responsibilities. Don't look that way. All right, I can't look at you. I'm just going to read this. I have unwavering confidence in the future of our schools. North Smithfield Public Schools possesses an extraordinarily talented staff, dedicated administrators, and a resilient and supportive community. I know that the next chapter will be one of continued growth and success for our students. So thank you for your partnership, your trust, your dedication to education over the past decade. It has truly been a privilege to serve as your superintendent. I look forward to continuing to work with all of you throughout the remainder of this school year. But what I will miss most, other than the people I work with every day, Fatima, is capturing and sharing pictures of our cool students doing cool things. So thank you very much. And I just want to say, I'm not dead. All right. This isn't a time for a eulogy. We still have a lot of work to do.
Yep.
I'm still here. I'm still around. But the beauty is, if you know that I'm heading out the door, you can blame me and throw me under the bus for anything that you don't like. Because, anyway, but thank you very much.
Thank you.
I queued up that message that I just read to send out to the community at 8 o'clock tonight. And I have to say, I had it queued up on my computer to auto send at a meeting we were having today. And I sat there with it on my screen thinking, do I really want to click send, submit?
Mm.
But I did.
Well,
And I was thoroughly depressed afterwards, and I was very quiet in that meeting.
well, even though I knew this was coming, it's very, very hard to hear. I did a little bit of research, and the average tenure of a superintendent is 6 years. It used to be 3, but
Mhm.
now it's 6 for some reason. You have far exceeded that. And as you listed all the things that you have done, you have brought us to new heights, and you have just done an amazing job for North Smithfield. And we thank you for that. Your shoes will be very, very hard to fill. And as I say, that was tough to hear.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything.
I'll just keep it brief. I'm going to echo everything Jean said, and we've had a lot of discussion, so you know how I feel about you. So support you for whatever you decide to do, and feel like if you feel it's the right decision, it's the right decision.
I don't know if it is, but I think it is at the same time.
Well, it's 7:21, so we have 39 minutes combined. In all seriousness, this is my first year on the committee, so it's been a pleasure working with you this past year. You've always brought professionalism, preparation. You've always acted in the best interest of the students and the district, and it's really been an honor to be able to work with you. And of course, we look forward to finishing your term out.
And again, I'm not dead.
Right.
Is it me? Is it because I showed up? You changed your mind?
You're one of the reasons.
There'll be plenty more to say, Mike, but just thank you for everything you've done
Oh,
for our
thank you.
school, our community. Having 2 kids in the system, I've seen things change over time, and there's always work to do.
Mhm.
But you've gotten us to a really good place, and thank you for that.
Thank you.
As Jean, hearing this, and I agree with everything they have said. I also want to say thank you for every pesky little text I send you, or email, or phone call. I never, when I ran for school committee, expected to be in this seat as chair. So thank you for your patience as I am still trying to navigate this position. You will be missed.
Thank you.
You will be
And-
missed.
And your texts are not a problem at all. It's Bill's. Bill always seems to text me or call me when I'm sick or on vacation or in the middle of a family thing, but that's just because he cares and he's thinking about the district all the time.
Mhm. But thank you.
Nice
Thank
with the
you.
phrase.
I know that we'll have some, more formal words in the spring and summer, but I just want to say that it has been an incredible honor to work by your side for the last 10 years. I feel like we've been a great partnership in that, and have just had many accomplishments together. And one of the things that I find and I see every single day is just Mike is incredibly smart. He can become an expert on a subject in the matter of 2 hours. which Fatima and I are always floored. And so being with him and learning from him has been incredible. But his character, his kindness, the fact that he always makes decisions for children at the end of the day, that's why he makes decisions. He supports his administrators, he empowers us, he motivates us to do our very best. And it is quite a loss. But he said today, well, we have a lot of work to do, and let's do some great work together. So I know that we're going to be working really hard to the very end, but it is it is definitely, there's sadness right here.
And this end of the table is my greatest regret. And the thing that, makes me pause, Well, outside of that, and if society collapses and, we're all under, tarps, shielding ourselves from the blood rain, eating squirrels out of a flaming barrel. I don't have an income anymore. So, but there's that concern, but it's also, stepping away from these partnerships and these friends and this family, the whole admin team, the teachers, the community, school committee. That's the thing that gives me pause. But as I told you in my other email, there's health issues, and I told you there's the whole litigation culture out there, in that we all share it, no matter the good we do, the informed decisions we make, we're at risk to being sued at any time over anything. And so there's just that risk that weighs. For example, every time I have to make a decision whether or not we open or close schools, I can talk with all the other superintendents. All right, we're going to open schools today. But then it just takes one bus sliding on the ice, and God forbid a child gets hurt. And that's the end of your career. So, and there's just this, the culture has changed. The risks are so much greater. And that's one of the reasons we've had all of these insurance discussions. It's not just for me, it's the principals, it's our teachers, it's our community volunteers. It's become a kind of a dangerous place out there. And so it's with that weight, also with health issues that I've had, I think it's time. So,
Your family at home deserves you
yeah, and
right now.
I don't want to give up the fight, but it's time. So,
Thank you.
thank you.
Okay, moving on to item 4, informational for personnel resignations, retirements, leaves of absence, or appointments. This is discussion only. Wish you the best for those who have left us, and welcome to those who have joined us. Item 2, special extracurricular appointments, 2025-26 school year. Christopher Vetrano for the mock trial advisor at NS Middle School. Also, item 3, coaching appointments for the winter season, school year only. Welcome all the coaches, and we have one vacant position we're waiting on.
Yeah, I think it's all set. It will be on December.
Okay, perfect. Moving on to item 5, new.
Can I just make one comment on this?
Sure.
Again, just a great sign of like the things that we go through this in the appointments. It's just a great indication of the things that we're doing. I mean, the fact that we have mock trial at the middle school, still
Yeah,
going
we do
on.
like that.
That's a great thing. And just the fact that we have the indoor, not only the middle school basketball, but also we have the indoor track. I remember we didn't have track when I first started, indoor or outdoor, and it's been a slow process, but we've gotten now to a full cross country, indoor track. We saw the cross country athletes, some of them tonight, the indoor track and the outdoor track. And it's great that we have, we've grown just in those. That's one thing I've seen it grown in. And I'm just glad to see that we have for small schools, we have such a wide variety of activities.
And I just want to put kudos out to Michelle Pearson.
Mhm.
She resigned as an IA, which was a
Mhm.
terrible loss, but then
She came back.
she became a special ed teacher, which is fantastic.
Mhm.
So good for her.
Okay, and moving on to new business, 2026 school committee meeting dates, discussion, vote or other action? Any comment? No.
Still Tuesday, right?
Folder.
Still Tuesday, right?
Okay, do we need to vote? Is there a motion to accept the school committee, the 2026 school committee meeting dates?
I move to accept as presented.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Old business. FY 26 operating capital budgets, discussion vote or other action. Alicia,
Nothing at this time.
nothing.
Nothing at this time.
Okay, is there a
I
motion?
have a question.
Sure.
We're not being, no, we're not feeling any effects from any funding, especially in the special ed funding yet, or
Yes, you will.
we will, but not.
It's not going to be good from the state.
Oh,
And it's yet to be seen what the reorganization of the Department of Ed is going to be like. I had a meeting with the commissioner today and it's actually in the news. So,
5 o'clock news mentioned something.
yeah, so, Alicia, you might have something for.
We can just hold for now until we actually know anything.
Sure.
It's probably
Okay.
for the best.
Okay. Is there anything else this evening? Okay, looking for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.